And classically, Abby is furious. Ugh. She's mad. She's angry. And I'm going to be reacting to her videos of why she's so angry. 5 lies that the left tells women that make me furious.
Hello, class. Welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about 5 things the left tells women that make me furious. If you are new to my channel, here we talk about classic living and traditional values, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. If you'd like to get access to a ton of exclusive content, including my book club, my movie club, as well as weekly exclusive articles, make sure to head over to classicallyabby.substack.com. In today's video, I want to talk about 5 things that the left tells women that just make me mad. I saw this on another person's channel. They did this thing where it was like 5 things in their field that make me furious, and I thought that was super fun. And I've got some things that make me furious, so I'm ready to talk about it. Now and happy? Let's get into it. Number 1. Why does the left insist on telling women that sex with random people is empowering?
First of all, that didn't come from the left. Society, no matter what politics you believe in, have been sexually doing what they do for thousands of years. It didn't start with the left, sweetie. And there are plenty of right-wing people that have had affairs, have been sexually immoral for a long time. Don't go there. Don't go there.
It's just not. Having sex with one man.
Case in point, and trigger warning, Josh Duggar, a very right-wing man who, and excuse the sounds of these sirens. Yes, excuse that noise. Take Josh Duggar, for example, who is now in prison for CP, looking at nastiness related to children on the internet. He was very right-wing. Honey, don't blame it on the left. It's both sides. Men and women, if they wish to be sexually loose, they'll do it regardless of politics. So why is it always the left? The left.
Who loves you, respects you, wants to have a family with you, that's empowering. That's pretty awesome. Because you want to know what's really empowering is a guy who loves you enough to want to make you feel good, as opposed to a guy who wants to have a one-night stand and is looking for his own pleasure. Have you considered that? That a guy who is devoted to you, who loves you, who's going to spend his life with you, cares whether or not you are having fun. A guy who is never going to see you again cares if he is having fun. Which is more empowering? Which is more empowering? A situation where if you got pregnant, the guy was ready and willing to have children with you, is excited about it, wants to be the father of your children, or having sex with a guy who would absolutely panic if you told him that you were pregnant and that this would be a big problem. Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay. I will say this not for the first time and not for the last time. Abby, how does what people do in their bedrooms affect you? You know what? If you believe in saving sex for marriage, if you believe in purity, whatever, power to you. But people are going to do what people are going to do. What is empowering to one person may not be empowering to another. And you know what? That's just the way it is, sweetie. That's just the way it is. Are they hurting you? No. Are they going to do what they're going to do? Yeah, because that's what grown people do. They do what they want to do. You can call it immoral, you can call it what you want, but don't get furious about it, because that's a waste of your emotions and a waste of your time, sweetie.
A lot of reasons that having sex with people outside of marriage is not empowering. It's easy to convince yourself and lie to yourself and say, well, I like sex. So if I like sex...
And for the record, there are plenty of leftists that have faith, are religious, wait for marriage. I've known them. So the left, again. And there are plenty of right-wing people who have sex outside of marriage, who have affairs. So don't go there, Abby. Don't go there. It's not a right versus left thing. We don't need to make everything political, do we?
That it must be empowering for me to get it however I want it. No, that's just wrong. And it's stupid. Having sex with the person that you have chosen to build a life with, because, sex is not just any other physical activity. It is a unique one. It is a special one that you share with one person, and that can lead to the creation of a baby. Yeah, keep that in marriage. Enjoy it with the person who loves you and cares about you. And stop treating sex like something you can do willy-nilly. Because you shouldn't. And you can't. And the left is doing women a real disservice by trying to convince them that sex outside of marriage with everybody and anybody is empowering. It's not. I've got quite a few videos on my channel about this, so if you are interested in hearing more, check them out. But yeah, that's number one, and it makes me furious. Number two, shout your abortion. Get an abortion. Have an abortion rather than have a baby. It is good for women to have the option to murder their child so that they can pursue their careers. No.
I'm not going to comment on this part.
You could have a more stable life, but women who abort their children know that it's a child. They know. And it's their baby. And they're doing something harmful not only to another person, but to themselves. Why don't we encourage women to embrace their natural strength as mothers and tell them that they can do this thing that seems so scary, instead of telling them that they just can't handle it and that this isn't the right time, they should just get rid of this human that was put into their care by themselves, presumably, because in 99% of cases, women who get pregnant and want an abortion, it was because they had sex of their own volition, and then were like, oh, whoops, another reason why sex is not empowering. This is just a horrible lie that the left has perpetrated against women, that abortion is the best option, or a good option, or an option at all. Abortion is wrong. It's bad for women. It hurts them. And I truly am furious about this. Number 3, fulfill your potential.
And what is wrong with fulfilling your potential? What's wrong with that, Abby? Why do you have such a problem with that? If we tell men to go out and fulfill their potential, shouldn't we tell women the same thing? And maybe we tell them that for survival, Abby. Not everybody has a husband with money who can take care of them or will take care of them. Things happen in life. Husbands die. Husbands divorce. They leave.
Fulfill your potential, ladies. You can't fulfill your potential unless you get out of the house. How are you going to show how smart you are unless you have an amazing career? I hate that. I hate that.
Again, it's not necessarily showing how smart you are. It's do this, gain skills, have something to fall back on, because you might not always be able to rely on a man, and you need to be able to take care of yourself and your kids. That's why. Abby.
Why can't a woman fulfill her potential? potential at home raising your children. What does potential even mean?
It is not wrong to stay home. It's fine if that's what you want to do it. But again, not everybody is born into privilege, Abby. If we tell men to get careers and skills to take care of themselves and survive, why shouldn't we tell women that?
Why do I have to prove my potential to people who think of me as replaceable, rather than fulfilling my potential to the little humans I am raising who I literally could not be replaced? Like, I was made to be their mother. I have to make...
And if you are a mom and something happens to your husband, how are you going to take care of those little lives if you do not have some sort of skill or career, something? Abby, how?
They cannot replace me as the mother. So why do we tell women that the only way that they can fulfill their potential is outside of the home, in a job, in a career? I hate that kind of language, because it makes it as though if you stay at home, you have failed, or you're not living up to how smart you are. Like, what are you talking about? The most important thing you can do is build a home and build your family. Like, why do we make it so that women have to show off that they have done something that is visibly fulfilling their potential? And it's like, if any person can be a mother because you don't need a degree to get pregnant and have a baby, then there's no credit given to the women who do motherhood well, who like care about it and really put in effort. I hate that kind of language. No. You fulfill your potential by just being a good person, by being a good mother. You don't have to get this high-powered career to prove you're smart, or to prove you're ambitious, or to prove you did a good job. Stupid. I hate that. Number 4, be body positive. I hate this language. Okay, so here's my issue with this whole body positivity movement, and I've talked about this a lot. So, number 1, we encourage women to love their bodies, but not loving their bodies where they're at and for what they do, while also encouraging them to be healthy and lose weight and gain weight if needed. Like, we encourage people to love their bodies where they're at.
If somebody wants to love themselves, Abby, how does that hurt you at all? Do you want people to hate themselves, despise themselves, feel hideous, feel ugly? Is that better, Abby? Would you like that? Sounds like it.
That's beautiful. But really, it's very unhealthy. Why are we putting people in direct competition with each other by a lot of reasons? But, like, this is one reason that I hate, because it's so... These two things are paradoxical, and they act like they're not, but they are. It's upsetting. On top of which, I mean, the whole idea that you have to expose yourself to show that you're confident is so stupid.
Sorry for all these skipping ahead, but again, Abby, people will do what they want to do. If it's not hurting you, well,
you can be confident in your modesty. I cover up because I love my body and I respect it, and I only want to share it with one person who will show it the respect it deserves. Why do you get access, stranger on the internet, to my body, and you don't care a lick about me? Like, no, we're not doing that. The body positivity movement, the immodesty of our era, like, I hate it.
And again, how is that related to the left? Women, if they want to be immodest, if they want to show their body, if they want to be body positive, what does politics have to do with it?
Yes, in a way that is attractive, not attracting, that gives people an opportunity to see your personality and doesn't make people focus on your boobs. Give people an opportunity to exercise and get healthy and well. Yeah. last but not least is number 5. Women don't need no man. I was talking to Jacob about this because this concept bothers me so much. When we watch like girl power movies or movies that are directed towards women, there's so many these days that if they're not a chick flick, it's a movie where a woman needs to prove that she's independent at the end. So she doesn't have any man. She's like, look at me, I figured it out. I don't need any man to help me find myself because I'm so strong and empowered. But movies that are geared towards men that teach them lessons are like, you know what's really important? Family. You know what's really important? Your wife. Why do we do that for men, which is correct, and do the opposite for women? Like, why are we encouraging women to not look for that stability, that love, that home, that will...
Do you have a problem with women being independent? Sometimes you need to be independent, Abby. Again, things happen in life. What if you have a man, but then you don't? Everybody, men and women, should learn to be independent for survival, for their own good. Okay, so I'm going to stop right now and react to another video of Abby's where she gives advice to somebody that is in a situation where her husband wants kids and she doesn't.
Get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Install the Chime app today and get started.
Hello, Classic Crew, and welcome to a new series on my channel called Classically Abby Reacts. On today's episode of Classically Abby Reacts, I'm going to be answering a question that I saw posed on the Reddit thread, Relationship Advice. Is it called a thread? Is it called a forum? I don't really use Reddit generally. This is me trying something new, something different, and I'm excited to see what you guys think of it. But I wanted to answer a question that I saw posed on Reddit. My plan for this series is to answer questions or to react to crazy things that people post or to debunk crazy things that people post. All of the above, so I'm excited to get into it today. But if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe now and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to my Substack newsletter where you'll get access to a ton of exclusive content, make sure to head over to classicallyabby.substack.com. Now, let's get into today's video. Okay, so here is the thread. My husband wants to have kids, but I don't. What do I do? My husband wants to have kids, but I don't. I'm 21 and I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have bipolar 1 and cancer runs in my family on both sides. I don't want to pass my genes on. I think overall I would be a good mom, but I also don't think I could handle the responsibilities of being a mom. I can barely take care of myself half the time. My husband, 22, is very family oriented and really wants kids. He's never given me a good reason for wanting kids besides passing his name down. I love him so much and I can't imagine my life without him. I just told him today that I don't want to have kids. He said he needed to process it. I'm having a hard time leaving him alone. I'm so scared to lose him. Besides the kid thing, we're a great match. And I just love him so much, I can't bear the idea of losing him. So the first thing to address is that clearly this girl has some really serious issues. So it makes sense that she is afraid of having children, right? She has diabetes, she has bipolar disorder, she said that cancer runs in her family. So the cancer running in the family thing is a little less important. But I think the big thing here that we all need to question is, how did you get married and never discuss this?
I don't disagree with this, but let's move on.
Tell me how!
Now, number one, let's get out of the way. I believe that having children is the best and most important way to find fulfillment, find meaning, have purpose. I think everyone should have children, okay?
This is not true. There are some people who make horrible parents and should not have kids. Let's get that out of the way.
This is what I think. I also think it's correct, but that's what I think.
Well, that it is.
So, getting that out of the way, if you're going to marry someone, there are a few basic things you need to be on the same page about. And one of those basic things is whether or not you're going to have children. That should be pretty much number one conversation topic on a date. Do you want to have kids? No? Oh, okay. So we're not gonna proceed. Okay. Number one, that's the big problem, right? Number one is, how did this conversation not happen? Okay, now moving forward. Knowing that you didn't have this conversation and you are married and you don't want to lose this person, you need to actually consider why it is that you don't want to have kids. Because his reasons for having kids, which you say are just that he wants to pass his name down, are probably better than your reasons for not wanting to have kids.
Excuse me. Have you ever been diabetic? Have you ever been bipolar? Well, let me school you, Abby. It's no picnic. First of all, type 1 diabetics faced a lot of dangers when considering pregnancy. Look it up, Abby. It is a known fact. Second of all, as somebody who is bipolar, there are things that you have to consider. Number one, most antipsychotic medicines do not mix with pregnancy. It is a known fact. Again, Abby is not a doctor. She is an opera singer. So let's get that out of the way. As someone who is on antipsychotic meds, most of them, if not all, pregnancy and these meds are a no-no. And you have to think, what if I stop these meds and something happens? A manic episode, suicidal trigger warning, suicidal thoughts or feelings, which could come up at any time. What are you going to do if that happens? What would you do? And if she's not sure if she wants kids, wouldn't it be worse for the child if it turns out that she doesn't want to have kids? The child would suffer. It would. It would. Also, Abby, you are obviously not bipolar, and the risk of depression for a normal person postpartum is very real. I have been in psychiatric hospitals. I have seen women that have to be away from their kids because, again, off their medicine, depressive episode, severe. They are in a hospital. They cannot leave. They cannot be with their kids. And they have serious issues that need to be dealt with. Who's going to take care of your baby while you're dealing with these serious issues, if that does happen? You ever think of that, Abby? Doesn't look like it.
So number one is, you are afraid of passing down your genes. You are a person who has these conditions, and it must be hard. I'm not downplaying that, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't exist. So your children...
She's not asking for if she has the right to exist or not.
Deserve to exist as well, even with those conditions. You are married, you found someone who loves you, and you deserve to be here, as do your future children. So yes, those conditions, I'm not downplaying how difficult they are at all, but I still believe, as I think most of us should, as all of us should really, that those disorders don't make you any less worthy of being alive. So yes, there's a fear of passing down those conditions, and I get it. But at the same time, your children also, they deserve to have life.
You is smart. You is important.
Number two is that you are afraid that you can't handle the responsibility, even though you think you're a good mother. This is what's so sad about the society we live in, is that we have conditioned women to fear motherhood.
Yes, that's what.
If she's not sure if she could handle it, then she shouldn't do it until she is sure. There are people, again, who make very incompetent and bad parents. And forcing somebody to have a baby they don't want is a bad, bad idea. It's a recipe for disaster, neglect, suffering. You know. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think.